Just a little bit about myself and my background. My name is Zama Lubanyana. I was born and bred in a small township called Lindelani outside of Durban. I always say that I was born into sales, not in a corporate sense, but my mom and dad were street vendors. I would say that by the age of 10, I started tagging along and helped them sell. How I ended up in corporate is that at the age of 20, I started by being a tea lady in a recruiting agency. Thereafter, I helped with some admin, and later on, they had a contract for a learnership program with MTN. So I applied and I was successful. A year later, I had added call center to my CV. So I applied with Nedbank and I was successful. I would say that that's when my career initially started. And after spending 10 years in the banking industry, I had worked from service to sales. I had done retention and private banking. And also, I just felt like there was something missing. So I took a leap and I joined the short-term insurance space. And after 4 years of being a successful broker, I now lead a team of brokers at Old Mutual Insure. Now, with being a leader, mentoring the next generation of advisors is such an important part of my role as a team leader. Firstly, I believe that leadership is not just being in charge. It's about seeing those around you rise. So I believe that mentorship is a huge part of leadership because I'm able to share my skills and my experiences with the next generation so they don't have to make the mistakes that I made. So if I can pass my knowledge and my skills to the team and also help them excel in their respective roles, I would have done my job. If I hadn't done that, I would have failed as a leader. So I do believe in mentorship is the core of being a leader. The lessons that I think I can pass down to advisors, having been exposed to such high pressure industries such as sales, retention, service, and private banking, there are certain characteristics that you need the roles require, basically. So, and those characteristics are developed as you are basically going through the roles. And mostly on top of my list, I would say to the young advisors, adaptability is highly important because in the sales landscape, it's constantly evolving. It's important to actually adapt. So this helps because you can quickly adjust your strategies and also improve your sales outcomes. It also helps with overcoming, I would say, obstacles that you run across when you are in the sales industry. So I would highly recommend that it's important for new advisors to be highly adaptable. So how I guide my team through the early days where confidence is low and the target feel out of reach, I always encourage and say to them, that you can have the right behavior, you can have the right attitude, but in sales, you need resilience. So in sales, you are never going to win 100%. If you win anything above 70%, you're quite good. So you need resilience to be able to figure out how to pivot and learn from your experiences and move forward. So I would highly recommend that as a salesperson, you need to have resilience. How I teach my young advisors to value client relationship and integrity in the commercial insurance space. We already have such a great brand backing as Old Mutual. So I always say build on that. Carry yourself as a brand. Never use a blanket approach when you're dealing with clients. Personalize each client's experience. And most of all, we're always known as people who talk a lot as salespeople. So listen to your client, hold your client's needs above yours, sell with integrity. Be consistent in your service. So most importantly, keep your promise. I always say this, if you promise a great service, keep that promise. If you promise to hold your client's hand through claim stage, keep that promise. If you can do any of the above things that I've actually listed now, you would eventually watch your clients sell for you. I just feel like with my experience as well, like when I actually started in the insurance industry, someone took a chance on me. I didn't know what I was doing, but someone held my hand for 6 months. And after that, I just flew. Like I knew that I could do this. And especially being a woman in this industry, it always says, oh, this is a male industry. What are you doing on the road? Why are you knocking on doors? You know, for me, it was just proving to myself that I can do anything that I want to do actually. And I did quite well. So yeah, that is just my journey. And it's just so easy to tell the next person because I've lived it. I've done it. I've been through it. You know, I'm doing it. So looking back at my career and what I wish someone had told me when I was a bit younger, and something that I will actually really tell my team, self-development is key. I always believe like it's important. Now that I've grown, I realize that it's important to be visible. It's important to be seen, be indispensable. Always challenge yourself to also new tasks in the organization, because with that comes accountability. So I always feel like we are always afraid to speak and ask questions. I would encourage the young advisors to never be afraid to speak, never be afraid to ask questions in the workplace. I always feel like people who are eager to learn are the ones who are mostly likely to succeed. So never stop learning. That is the biggest lesson that I would actually instill in my new advisors. When it comes to insurance, or any industry for that matter, I just feel like it's important to be a teachable person. You can never stop learning. It's always important you can never be too high up there to learn. Always have someone who's actually more experienced than you around you. It's also important to keep the right people around you. So people that you can learn from as much as you can teach as well. I do believe in mentoring, but I believe in being a mentored as well. So yeah, I always keep myself around. I always see myself around people who are more experienced than me. You can never stop learning. One thing that blows my mind about Old Mutual Insure is that when I actually came here, I realized that there's no person in a specific box where they're unreachable. You can pick up your phone now and speak to the head of departments. They will answer your phone, they'll speak to you like they know you from ages ago. That's one thing I actually really liked, because here you can learn from anyone, and you can just pick up the phone and call them, and everyone's always willing to help. So that's one thing I really want to be for the people that are coming after me. I want to be that person that they can actually call anytime and speak to, whether I know you or not. But I must just be able to actually share my knowledge with you and just leave you a greater person, So yeah, that's one thing I'm learning here at Old Mutual, that people are so open to sharing knowledge and sharing skills. Okay, so there is a program that I'm in at the moment. It's called She Aspires. So basically it teaches you to be more confident in how to speak to like a crowd, and also just aspire to be what you want to be without that fear of, there's always like women should be in the kitchen barefoot, so which is like ancient. We're no longer in that mode. We're now in offices, we're now in boardrooms. It just encourages you to be able to sit in those long tables where you feel like you don't belong. I think with me, it also helped a lot being in this program, because I suffered a lot from imposter syndrome, where I feel like, little me, why am I in this room? Like, why am I speaking to such big people? And what is my position here? But instead of questioning yourself, just ask yourself, what are you able to bring to the table? What door are you able to open for people that are coming after you? It's not mostly about us at the present moment. It's about people that are coming after us who actually feel like those doors are too big for me to open. So can I not be then, as Zama, be the person who opens those doors for the women that are coming after me, So it's just it's a woman empowerment program that I'm part of. I'm still learning. It's 3 months, so I still have a long way to go in terms of confidence. But I would say that I'm stepping in the right direction, and I'm open to actually learning more about myself and my capabilities as well. So yeah, it's just quite a good program. I feel like every woman should be part of. Unfortunately, it only takes so much people at a time, but I was lucky to actually be chosen to be one of the women that are going to the program this year. It's just mentoring and just guiding women into taking up space in rooms where we feel like we don't belong. In the world, 5% of the millionaires are salespeople. Besides that, being part of Old Mutual Insure is more than just selling. I mean, we help to ensure that in this uncertain economy, businesses are taken care of. So we indirectly are contributing to the economy by ensuring that the clients never have to close shop if they're covered with us. And also, we've seen what happened during COVID looting. Most companies never recovered, or if they were not covered correctly, or if they were not covered at all. So that's our role as Old Mutual Insure. And also, I'd like to make mention that we also have, as you know, like Old Mutual is very big on giving back to the community. So Old Mutual has a youth program called GBA, which is a youth program where we take individuals who have studied in the field of finance, we train them and we groom them to actually become brokers. And we've had such a good success rate on this program. So I wish that all young individuals who are actually aspiring to be in the finance or in the commercial insurance space would actually take this opportunity and apply for this program. It happens annually. It's called GBA. It's always on our LinkedIn page at Old Mutual. So I think it's also actually quite a great step into opening that door for yourself if you want to be in this industry. So yeah, that is one thing that I actually I admire about Old Mutual. They're always giving back in the midst of everything that's going on, but we always find time and an opportunity to give back to the community.
I think I would like to just basically encourage women, because as I did mention earlier, that I just feel like
we're always told that the commercial insurance space is not for women. I know it is a male-dominated space, but I want to encourage women to say that if you feel like this is where you want to be, don't let gender stop you, knock on those doors and just enter with confidence and just be what you meant to be. If you want to be a broker, if you want to dominate in the commercial industry, please do so. Like, don't let anything stop you. Anyone can make it in this industry. Whether you're female or male, you can make it. I am an example of a woman who actually made it, and I had quite a healthy book of clients while I was a broker. And I'm also hoping that I can actually encourage the next woman in my team. So I think that is one thing that I would really like to emphasize, that no matter the gender, if you have the drive, if you want to do this, you can be a broker in the commercial space. And it's also like a very long-standing kind of role where you can make a living out of it. It's all in you. So yeah, that's one thing I'd like to emphasize for women who are upcoming and who are hesitant in coming into this space. So you can do it. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter where you come from. If you have the drive and you're willing to do what it takes and you're willing to learn, you can be a great broker.